Matter of fact, you know what this is? They need to tell the military, okay, let's go. That's what that is. That's the chariot. That's what the soldiers and stuff used to do. That's what the gladiators did. So that's exactly it. They need to be telling their people, all right, that's it. This is enough. Let's go. So let's talk about it. So this first card that comes out is going to represent the Democrats as a party. We need to know what the heck is going on with them, especially the corporate Democrats. So what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, so this first card is them. I just love sexy songs. Okay, so what did I do? I should have watched my video again. All right, so the first card was the Democrats. The second card, the theme is okay. So we're gonna make that what do they stand for? So what do they stand for? What are they standing for? Like what do they stand for in this, not in this moment, but what do they stand for? What does this current Congress of Democrats stand for? They're just so varied though, so I don't even know. Maybe let's change that. Okay, no. I know what this is. What's the problem? Is that going to be what's the problem? Yes. Huh? So is that what the problem, or is that what do they stand for? Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. All right, that's what's the problem. Okay, cool. So that's what's the problem. And then the third one is the connected event. So what in your waking life is this dream speaking to? So what part of your waking life caused this dream? All right, so if this is going to be the problem, then that's interesting. What can that be? Because see, when I did the Republicans, I did the shutdown. Like, why did they choose to do the shutdown? But in this one, okay, so let's do, because if this is the problem, I already know the answer to this. So, okay, well, let's do, like, why aren't they fighting for us more? Let's do that. So, why aren't they fighting for us more? That would make sense. So, why aren't they fighting for us more? Why aren't they actually fighting for us, like, collectively? Why aren't they fighting for us more collectively? Why aren't they fighting for us more? Flip it. Okay. What's the... Why aren't they fighting for us more? Why aren't they fighting for us more? Why aren't they doing their damn job? I mean, I know they're outnumbered, but they're not outsmarted. So, why aren't they doing their job? Hello, Queen Armida. Why aren't they doing their job? No, you don't. That is too many cards. Let's just get one, please. Why aren't they doing their job? If it can't be one, please make it no more than 3. Why aren't they doing their job? Okay. Is that it? Yes. Okay. This don't make no sense. None of this makes sense. None of this is making sense. None of this is making sense. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. So then the fourth one is what is repressed. So what feelings or thoughts have you not consciously integrated and are now feeling them? Okay, so let's do this then. What's holding them back from meeting the moment? What's holding them back? What are they repressing? What's holding them back from meeting the moment? Let's see if that answer. Is that it? If it's it, just make it come out again. What's holding them back from meeting the moment? Flip it. Oh, Jesus, it's already 6:30. It takes me 3 hours to push this button. What's holding them back from meeting? No? Yes? No? No. What's holding them back from meeting this moment? What is holding them back from meeting the moment? What is holding them back from meeting the moment? No. What's holding them back? No, no, no. Why are you not? What is... Okay. It just seems like we just have too many players. You know what I mean? They all have something different. All right. Whereas with the Republicans, that was easy. They're all snakes. Snakes are scared, you know, or blackmailed. So what's keeping the Democrats from meeting the moment? What are they repressing? Is that it? Yes? Yes? That feels like a no. All right, so what is keeping them from meeting the moment? If you need to give me 2 or 3, you may do so, but let me know. Yes? Oh, okay. Is there another one to that? No, okay. So what do they need to do then? What do they need to do? This is the lesson. So what do they need to learn from this moment? And what do they need to do? What should they be doing? All right. Is there another one? Yes. Okay. What do they need to do? What do they need to do? What do they need to do? Is that it? Yes. Okay. Is that it? Is that it? All right. Let's talk about it. Okay. Since we did what the hell is wrong with the witchcraft? Hell no, I don't practice no fucking witchcraft. Go on with that shit. Sorry, that'd be pissing me off. Anyway. Since we did Republicans, we're gonna do the Democrats. God, that pisses me off. I am not into witchcraft. Like, that feels so white. Like, Jesus, I'm a witch. Okay. I guess that's the trend. I don't know. Now, there are some older things that just got labeled that, but I'm sorry, black people are so gifted, and then y'all so scary. Okay, so the Democrats, let me show you. The card that represents the Democrats is, oh, I feel like that's not clean. The card that represents the Democrats is the 6 of Pentacles. Hold the phone. Oh my God, you finna mess up my mood. Let me put back on my Jodeci. You understand me? Hold on. I think it's the light. Phoenix, you do? Because, like, I'm not with it. Like, I was born and raised a God's girl. Not even a Bible God's girl. But, like, I know my daddy God's girl. Because he ain't even my daddy. He just loved light and energy. I never needed a Bible to teach me about him. Okay. So, 6 of Pentacles. So, 6 of Pentacles. This makes so much freaking sense. Okay, so the card here is equality is necessary to balance out the situation. So obviously, y'all, guess what we don't have, right? So if equality is necessary to balance... Oh, hold on. I gotta stop the music or I won't be able to put this on my other channel. Okay. So the card we have is 6 of Pentacles. And so, like I said, it says that equality is necessary to balance out the situation. So the question is, how can I balance giving and receiving? And that makes so much sense because that's literally part of the problem with the Democrats is like they're trying to always be so freaking balanced, right? And I don't mind that, to be honest. I don't want them to be sneaky and disgusting like the Republicans are in Congress. However, you know, you still gotta have a spine. So anyway, so the Democrats as a party, is about charity, generosity, giving, sharing, and compassion. So that actually makes sense because ideology wise, that's the truth. Now, are they there? Not everybody, you know, because some people take APAC money. All right. But this is really interesting though, because this picture seems to do a really good job of like capturing the moment, right? Because isn't that like Donald Trump, like loving on the Republicans and then leaving the Democrats like begging? And that's what it seems like. It's like Democrats are like trying to be all balance the scales and you know what I mean, like proper and whatnot. Meanwhile, the red hats ain't got no problem begging. Who knows what? Never mind. I was going to be real gross about Mike Johnson because obviously. But, and that's the thing too. And it just makes so much sense because this is not only a money card, but this is also a values card, right? And so it makes sense that it comes out that it's about values, but they are imbalanced values, you know? All right. That makes sense because it's like they're begging for like it. Okay, am I wrong? It like doesn't this seem to be the picture of like Congress right now? Hold on, which way? This way. Doesn't that seem to be the picture? Doesn't it make sense that you have these oligarchs or even the orange man like doling out money, and it almost feels like a Catholic reading too, because you know, like when they do the little Ash Wednesday and put the little wafer on your tongue, so you have the little fake religion right there too. Um, because y'all know these people ain't religious. I mean, they're not faithful. They might be religious because religion is just a practice. All right. So anyway, this just seems to capture it for me. I guess I'm by myself in here. I'm talking to myself. And that's going to throw my energy off. Okay. So then we said the theme here, the second card, I think we said is what's the problem, right? And so the problem here, and this is what threw me off because we got the Knight of Swords, right? And the Knight of Swords is about taking action. You see, the Knight of Swords is like in action. He has his sword charged. He is going forward. And, you know, swords is also about intelligence as well as, you know, like thinking too much. Hi, Howard. So, and you see the saying here says, charge ahead with confidence and determination, be ready to conquer. But this is the problem. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. So this is correct. This is the problem because they're not doing that, right? They're not charging in. They're not being confident. They're not wielding their intelligence to take down the stupidity that's running the office. They are not going in on their white steed. So this is a major problem of what the hell it is with the Democrats, right? And so it also says at the bottom, ambition, determination, action, decisiveness, and assertiveness. So all of these things are missing, you know? They don't seem to even have ambition. There's like a smattering of people, right? Pete Buttigieg, or however you say his name, Jasmine Crockett. It's more in the House than it is in the Senate that is actually like standing up. Good morning, Cherie. You're the only one talking in here. Everybody else is quiet. I guess they want to know what this reading's going to be. So the third card here is like the moment, you know? So it's about, and this was really interesting because this one threw me off also. Because I'm like, these are such positive cards. And then one effect is like, you know what? That part feels good because it's like, okay, so this isn't a bad party. Is, you know, it just really isn't a bad party as ideology-wise, is right now a bad party in execution, right? So anyway, so what got here is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is sure. You know, she's like really sure about herself. She has emotional stability. I got to get used to this non-mirroring. She has emotional stability. She has empathy. So these are our people here on a little bit. They got the empathy. But there's some things, you know, and for the most part, there are some that are just very nurturing, right? But with the emotional stability, I guess in contrast to the Orange Man and Mr. Sweat on the Arms telling generals that they are fat, yes, the Democrats do look stable, right? Emotionally anyway. But what I got with this though, because this is about the moment that they're not meeting, right? They're not meeting the moment. So what I got about this is that they're trying to be too rigid. They're trying to be too emotionally stable. They're trying to be too much of the opposite of what we're getting, right? In fact, if you think about it, we already know that November didn't happen the way that they said it did. November happened the way that most of us said it would, right? We know that. I'm trying to watch how I'm saying that. It's proven pretty much. The data supports that the wrong person is leading things. The data just supports that. And I worked in a district and I know a precinct. I know that some shenanigans went down. Okay. So there's that part. But what they kept saying is we can't be like the J6ers. What the? Nobody's going to go into the Capitol and take a shit. Like, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to say, use the data to say what's happening. But they're so afraid of looking like the Mad Hatters that they did nothing. Which, that's why this is part of the problem here. You could be so damn emotionally stable that you are not even alive. Am I mad? Okay. So then we get to what's repressed. Like what's holding them back from getting some gonads, right? What's holding them back? And it's so interesting because most of the females are talking. It's a lot of the guys who are quiet. And that's interesting too, because on the other side, a lot of those guys are being very emasculate because I love you. What? You won't even say that to a woman, but you'll say that to an orange man? Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, it just freaks me out to be talking about masculinity, but you over here, I love him. I'll lay down for him. Okay. You need your daddy therapy. Anyway, so this is what's repressed, right? These are the feelings and the thoughts that's repressed. They're repressing fighting, which is so weird, you know? They're trying to avoid conflict. Like, and basically it looks like they have no energy. They have missed opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to take care of things, right? So like after Cory Booker did the 25-hour thing, they should have came out swinging, you know? Hey, Rashonda. And so they've lost battles. And we're still in the war, I guess, but they've lost battles because they're so busy trying not to look like the other side that they look dead, right? Because this is a struggle card. Thank you, boo. This is a struggle card. This is like we're fighting. We're in conflict, but they're trying to avoid it. They're trying to repress it, and it's like, dude, put on your freaking gloves and lay it out. Am I alone in this? Am I alone in feeling like, dang, do something? All right. So then we get to the lesson. Okay. So the lesson is, what do they need to learn? What do they need to learn from this moment? And then what should they do? So what do they need to learn from this moment? Came up this. All right. So this is the King of Cups. Oh, that is so interesting. So we got the Queen, but then now we got the King in reverse, right? And so the King of Cups This is so interesting. What do they need to learn from the moment? They got played, right? Because the King of Cups is about emotional manipulation. They got played and they played, right? Because you had the corporate Dems who like told Kamala, no, no. And Kamala was like, yo, let's fight. And they're like, no. And Kamala's like, listen, I've done the research on cyber stuff. There's obviously some cyber shenanigans. No, we don't want to look like them. Okay. So, yes, there was emotional manipulation going on. Hey, Tati. Um, and it looked like there was emotional detachment from some people, right? And like straight up, like, oh my God, this is like so perfect. Because again, the king, who's not a king, because he's in reverse. I'm feeling a little bit better. But the king, who's not a king, because he's in reverse, and that is the truth, had emotional manipulation. So that's how he played them, but they also played each other. And then finally, what should they do? This makes so much freaking sense. This card right here is a Chariot. This card right here is the only major arcana out of the entire reading. Major arcana means this is big boy energy or big girl energy, whatever it is, which means this is what you need to be on. And what they need to be on is the Chariot. And what is a Chariot? A Chariot is a get your ass and go. A Chariot is let's do this. A Chariot is the gladiator. Y'all know. You got the little lions or the little horses or whatever, and you in the chariot. And it's gone. And you driving, you're steering. That's what they're supposed to be doing. This is what they need to do. So they need to step forward with the willpower, with the direction, with the control, and with the forward movement. This was such a good reading because this is literally the Democrats. Okay? So I wish they watched my channel because it's go time. And the longer people sit and wait, the more this shit gets to happen. Like literally, Memphis and Chicago had me in some serious doldrums today, like straight up dumps because of the shit they're pulling. And it is horrific. The plan was always to get to the Black people because they've been after us since slavery ended. Since slavery ended. So it just makes sense. Oh, look, I said slavery, and they gave me a restriction. Fuck. I'm sorry. Today's not a good day. Why? Because one, you're not giving me energy back. So I don't have anything to feed off of but my own emotions right now. So that's not good. And then two, I keep hearing these horrible stories. Somebody took pictures in Chicago. And it was so interesting because the thing that they did today or yesterday, they did it in front of the Trump Hotel because they wanted the pictures with his name looming in the background. They said, it's the optics. That's crazy. And one of the people in the pictures was a Black man. And you can see in his face that he was tore up about what he was doing because they were literally ripping kids away from their mothers. And you see him like trying to soothe the child. What the fuck? There should be no Black people in ICE. I understand. It's hard right now. I understand. There's like no money right now. I understand that. I understand that they deliberately shitted on the job market so that they can incentivize people to join ICE. I understand. Okay? I understand. But I also don't understand. Because people should know the plan was always us in the first place. And secondly, how inhumane do you want to be? And that's what it takes. Because I think they get like $1,000 a person. That's not enough. That's not enough to go to bed. It's just not enough. Anyway, so that was the Democrat reading. That's the energy currently of where they are. That's the energy of where they are. So it really is the good team, so to speak. It's just they're it's a strongly worded letter when they need to be fighting. Okay. So just a quick recap. The energy of the Democrats right now. This represents the Democrats. This is the Six of Pentacles. And like I said, this absolutely represents them because you have the grifter giving to the red hats, right? While the blue get nothing. And they're so focused on the side of fairness and justice that they're not even getting up and grabbing the damn money. Okay. But this is also values, right? So pentacles are not just money, but it's also values. So that represents the Democrats, is that they're about charity, they're about generosity, they're about giving and sharing and compassion as an ideology. Okay. So, okay. That actually felt good. I was like, okay. Okay. But here's the problem. First of all, they're supposed to be handling business because this is a knight. That means they're supposed to be the fighters, right? They're supposed to go get it. And so at their core, this is who they are, except they're not being who they really, really are. Okay? So this is the Knight of Swords. Swords are about intelligence and stuff like that. But it's also about, having stuff eat you in your brain, right? Like, having anxiety or worry or just thinking too much or overthinking. And so on one hand, it's like their intelligence is working against them, basically. Okay. So they are supposed to be ambitious, and they are, like, as an ideology, as a group. Ambition, determination, action, decisiveness, and assertiveness. Guess what's missing? Guess which of those words are missing? Because we're not seeing it except in a few, right? So then, the moment, what they're supposed to be, or who they are in this moment, is that they are the Queen of Cups, as a direct contrast to what's going on the Republican side. They are emotionally stable, but they're so emotionally stable that they're dead, right? Because they are so trying not to be the other side that they're literally being not themselves. They're not the queen. They're not, they're not the leader they're supposed to be. Okay. But they do have the empathy and the nurturing, and that should be spurring them, but it's not. It's not. Okay. So what are they repressing? They are repressing the desire to fight. They are trying to avoid the conflict. They're, and I can understand, because if we're in an authoritarian regime right now, and there's no if about it, to be honest, the next stage is to get rid of your ops, and not just in prison. So I can understand to a level. But at the same time, that's a job that says it might happen. It's like trying to be a cop and not thinking you might be in a shootout. It might happen, right? So they've missed a lot of opportunities. They missed a lot of opportunities. They missed the opportunity to recount. They missed the opportunity to not certify. They missed the opportunity to get it illegitimized. Before he took the seat. They missed the opportunity after the Booker speech. They missed the opportunity from the first continuing resolution. They missed so many opportunities. So they ended up losing so many little battles that people think they are equal to or less than the Republicans. And they're actually not. They're just trying to be so freaking decorum. And so then what should they have learned? They should have learned that they were manipulated, and that they were manipulated not just by the Red Hatters, but also by their corporate Dems, the old ones, the ones who were, remember, we're the queen, we don't mix with the peasants. Well, listen, bitch, if the peasants coming after you, what you finna do? Sit down and wait for them to get to you? Okay. So what are they supposed to do? What do they need to be doing? They need to get in their chariot and get to work. They need to come with it. They need to get the direction. They need to take control, and they need to get some foreign movement. Matter of fact, you know what this is? They need to tell the military, okay, let's go. That's what that is. That's the chariot. That's what the soldiers and stuff used to do. That's what the gladiators did. So that's exactly it. They need to be telling their people, all right, that's it. This is enough. Let's go. Because I promise you, after the shenanigans from this week, in which they got berated for being fat and having beards, I could tell the military, let's go. And they would probably be like, citizen, sure, let's get it. Listen, we already lost a 4-star general of the Air Force. And I'm pretty sure it was the one whose face looked like this the whole time. Because he was freaked the fuck out. Like, he was so freaked out. And that resignation letter was posted yesterday. So, we lost a 4-star general. Do you know what that... A Fox News host made a 4-star general quit because the 4-star general did not want to compromise their integrity. And then, as soon as the shutdown happened, what did these mofos do? They sent Black Hawks to Chicago and jumped into the city because they couldn't get past the ice trucks. Motherfuckers. Oh, wow. So,